Hello everyone, it's Jamie, and today's video is about my expectations versus reality of top surgery. So I had top surgery over 4 years ago now. I had double incision with nipple grafts, and I thought now was a good time to kind of have a look back and talk about what my expectations were going into top surgery and how it kind of turned out in reality. So first up is the healing and the recovery. For starters, I didn't expect to fall out the hospital bed, but that happened. But seriously, it was less painful than I expected it to be, the recovery process, but it was a lot more uncomfortable. I had no idea it would be so difficult to wipe my own butt, and I was essentially a T-Rex for 2 weeks. I also didn't expect to be so bloated after surgery. It was like I had a 7-day food baby. It was so uncomfortable. I also didn't have to wear the post-op binder for as long as I expected. I only had to wear it for 2 weeks, a day over 2 weeks, and I was expecting to wear it for more 4 to 6 weeks, so I was very happy about that because it was ridiculously horrible wearing that thing. Finally, I did expect to smell bad, but naively I thought that baby wipes would keep me above a certain level of smelling bad. But it really didn't. I smelled so bad that I didn't even want to be around myself. Seriously, baby wipes just don't cut it. Despite all my research and obsessing going into it and wanting to know everything that was going to happen, not a lot of things happened the way I expected them to. Some of them for the positive, so less pain, but some of them not so great, like not being able to wipe my butt and being really smelly. So next up is the reveal. So this is when I went for my post-op appointment to get all the stuff removed and I could see my chest for the first time. To be honest, personally, it was incredibly underwhelming. Don't get me wrong, I was so happy. I was really excited, and it was such a relief and a happy moment to see that the surgery had actually been done, because I guess in the back of my mind I was like, no, it's not really happened. I've just got all these things and this discomfort for no reason. I'm gonna go and they're still gonna be there, but they weren't, and that was amazing. But I was very bruised. I was incredibly swollen to the point where it was almost like I still had smaller versions of what I had before. That it was just a very underwhelming experience because overall it looked pretty gross. So it wasn't the big kind of magical, oh my god, new chest, it looks fantastic. It was like a, oh my god, this is disgusting kind of thing. But that did, I mean, obviously underneath that I was incredibly happy. I knew that wouldn't last forever, but also what I was not expecting is the most painful thing about the reveal was not getting the staples taken out my nipples, which is what I thought it would be. It was getting the ridiculously sticky dressings off, which any chest hair that had survived surgery didn't survive the dressings, and a little bit of my armpit hair got lost as well in the process. But yes, there was also lots of spots on my chest because obviously it hadn't been cleaned, and it was just generally overall quite gross. I'm not really making it sound very nice, am I? I do apologise. Not everybody has that kind of experience. For some people it is, they heal really well in the first couple of weeks and the reveal is amazing and people's chests look fantastic. I just wasn't one of those people. And last up is the final result, so like what my chest is like now. Overall, the final result is a lot better than I ever imagined. I didn't really picture specifically what my chest would look like. I just kind of pictured myself with a flat chest. What I have now is far beyond what I ever expected to get, and the positive impact it's had on my life and my confidence and the way I feel about myself is phenomenal. I never expected, I was like, okay, well, hopefully I'm gonna feel a bit more comfortable with myself after top surgery, but the extent to how much I feel more comfortable to myself, I hope that makes sense, I didn't expect. It's truly been life-changing for me, and I didn't quite expect it to have that much of an impact. My scars did stretch quite a bit more than I expected them to. The way they are on the sides here, so this bit here, that's kind of how I expected it to be all the way around, but the front bits stretched out a lot more. But to make up for that, they did fade significantly more than I thought they would. They're kind of white in places. When I'm really warm or just randomly, they can be pink or like a little bit red in places, particularly around the front. I don't know if I've got like mood scars like a mood ring. But most of the time they're pretty pale, like really pale, and they're white around the sides. And finally, and very importantly, both of my nipples survived. I was incredibly hopeful that they would survive, and I did kind of all the things that they tell you to do, like, you know, the post-op binder and stuff like that, to increase the chances of nipple survival. But it was kind of a running joke when I was newly post-op that I needed to be careful doing certain things, otherwise my nipples would fall off. Fortunately, they did not fall off, and they're both still very much attached, and I'm very happy about that. So all in all, most of my expectations were surpassed. A lot of things that I didn't expect happened, but they were mostly temporary, like the parts of healing and recovery and the reveal and stuff. But overall, the final result well surpassed my expectations, and the reality of being post-op is something that I'm still grateful for all the time. But yeah, obviously this will be very different depending on who you ask, but this is just like my personal experience. Maybe some of it can kind of help with preparing. Like, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, maybe think about giving it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye!